I was moving apartments, and you remember I just happened to stumble on this like big Amazon crate, and I was like, let me pull lessons from the companies that do all of this R&D and shipping and logistics. Like, clearly they know how to move things. I was in a McDonald's, and I was thinking, like, once we've made it and we've got some money in the bank, there's a really good chance I'm going to apply for and work at a McDonald's for like 3 or 6 months. I'm like dying to get in that kitchen and just see like what are the things that they've spent a lot of R&D on that I could bring to like a home kitchen. That's my thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa. I thought you were going to bring it to like Clipped in our business and like
No, sir.
figure out how they...
No, employee.
Yeah, it's kind of sick how you can have like pretty much a bunch of like 14-year-olds and crackheads churning out burgers like crazy.
You
Like,
seen the
really
ketchup
impressive.
gun?
I got
loyalty, got royalty inside my.
Well, do I have more tea stuff? Welcome to the Smart Nonsense Podcast, where we talk about smart nonsense, dude.
Yes, with the claps in between.
Yeah.
It has to be. Hey.
I can make more noise.
He's
noise.
back. He's back. Things got a little dark yesterday. All right.
Well, the viewers won't even know.
They won't. We had to scrap
That's
the episode.
Survivorship bias. You're just seeing the survivors. I was dead yesterday. Beat down. Because, I don't know, dude. I guess I didn't realize I was signing up for having a studio audience that I can't see, but I can feel. And so I can't let loose. And I like letting loose.
And what Dylan's referring to is being in an office with other people and trying to like, I mean, this podcast is a performance, right? Like we were just talking before this. I was not this animated. I'm performing. All right. Crank it up a notch. The reason I originally moved out of my parents' house into a studio was because of this problem exactly. I was like, I can't. We were all in the house during the pandemic. I was like, I got shit to make. I got performances to perform. I can't have people in the background squealing.
Right.
So you need your own
anxiety
space.
Shut down.
Stage
Don't
fright.
have my own space. I pretty much. Well, you can see.
Whoa!
They work.
Whoa! Finish your thought. Sorry. No, you're Kim. You got a front to back Kim Jong.
Oh!
Oh!
Fuck! Wait. Tell me. Is it okay?
Oh!
Is it bad over here?
Keep turning clockwise. No, too far. Little bit back. Little bit. Right there. Oh my God. Nice.
Fuck, dude, we got this in 4K too. I don't usually
Cheech eats ahead.
Fuck, dude. What's going on? See, this is Ice's barber. I liked what he gave me the last time, but then this time I don't like it as much. And I'm like, how do you can't you do the same thing twice?
They see
My
a lot of
hair's not
people pop.
changing.
You got to tell them not to give you the Cheech Nitsa.
But what? It's just like long hair? I don't know.
You'll see in the playback. No, you'll see in the playback. You've got a trapezoid head.
Like it just goes. It goes.
You'll
I don't
have
know,
to see.
dude.
You'll have to see. Carrying on.
Fuck.
My bad.
Dude, this
and
has
that's
been
for
a 1-year battle of just can someone
well
not fuck up my hair for under
I haven't
$600?
gotten a haircut in about a year, and
Well,
so
you wear a hat every day.
Yeah, I've got a different battle going on. I actually just got one for Monday, so that'll be that.
Wow. Fuck, dude. See, luckily my studio audience can't roast me, so I'm not getting that performance anxiety. What I was gonna say is they're behind that wall. They're not here today, so I can rip. But hey, dude, Podfod. What do I got? I wanted to talk about some chips.
Ooh.
And it's too bad the listeners can't get you getting Thai massages and apologies, Srinivasan.
Oh, that was
cracking you up.
yesterday's.
But
we might have to insert that segment as a rogue thread because it was pretty good.
yeah, I don't know. Fuck, I don't know what we do with that. But my bad. So chips. Basically, dude, Ali Abdaal, he came on My First Million and just finished the podcast this morning, but had some threads yesterday. Basically, Ali, he's like a couple different threads, and they're all kind of interrelated. Sean and Patrick Campbell are also all a part of this. But like, Ali Abdaal.
You were told not to
Is
share. Here he is
Oh, was I told not to share?
sharing. Well, see what happens.
I wasn't told anything.
Just stay vague,
so,
Pop. Just stay vague. You can do it.
Fuck.
10
So
minutes later.
Ollie's basically like, he and I feel similar to him, where he really likes learning. Like he loves that part of the process. He'll go down any rabbit hole and just like come out the other side. Then he also really likes teaching. The problem is he doesn't like the format that he's teaching in, which is, hey, I'm going to talk to a YouTube video in my studio alone and just do like 30 takes before it's sick. He's basically 95% of the podcast he shot, he said 730 out of 750 that he shot, he hasn't liked. So basically 20 he actually enjoyed. And I feel the same way. I just swear at myself for fucking 10 minutes for like a 1 minute video. And it's interesting because I just vibe with that. I feel like when I look at you, like Belky will come and you'll rip shorts anywhere. Like we had a bunch of people in the studio. You just go into this corner and just fucking rip shorts. Like I don't understand it.
Me neither. I don't know if the Ali thing
natural,
is also.
Dude.
I don't know if the Ali thing is also a perfectionism thing. Like it's a
Could
lot
be.
of, he doesn't like them because it's just like a lot of self-doubt.
Dude, voice notes. You know how many times I'll redo a voice note before I send it?
Oh,
It's fucking stupid. I've probably done 40 takes on a single voice note before.
why?
I just don't like how it sounds, and I feel like there's a lot of pressure.
Dude.
Like
That's like an
when
oxymoron sentence. Voice note, a lot of pressure. It's like
Well,
those two
yeah.
things can't be in the same sentence.
It's not recent. It's usually like back in the dating life.
There he is.
Like when you try and salvage, like say like the girl isn't responding, then you try and like humanize yourself and be like, hey, I'm fucking real, and you try and send a voice note, but like, or if it's like a hard message, but or
Cute girl gone
the
missing.
drive-by smooch, dude.
He's cracking out inside the deepest, darkest.
There's some like hard messages I had to send in voice notes, and it took me like literally 30 minutes to send 30 seconds voice note. So yeah, that doesn't help. It's probably the perfectionist gene that's just kind of fucks us. But
yeah, I'll make corrections live on a voice note. Like that's my mentality.
Yeah, dude, I was even last night I was shooting a little loom because we're working on this top secret project, and I had to like walk the team through how to do it, and fucking had like 5 takes before I was even like remotely happy. Then my computer restarted because it crashed because I was like fucking overheating it or something. I don't know, but it just took me like fucking 20 minutes to get literally a 1 minute snippet. So that happens, but like I enjoy the podcast and I enjoy like teaching live in a classroom if I'm not like getting the yips, because it's just like, yo, it's like forced one take, you know, unless you fucking you get the live studio audience and you
there's something about needing a deadline too. Like you kind of need the forcing function. Maybe in my case, I'm just like, I don't give myself that much time to shoot shorts. Because if you do, if you give yourself a huge bucket of time, then like it's just Parkinson's law. You're going to do as many takes as you possibly can to get it right. Just
and it doesn't improve. I guess part of the problem is the feedback. Like I'll watch it back and I can't tell like the difference between takes, but in the moment
it's marginal.
Did that sound bad?
So so the improvements are marginal, but the pain is like the suffering is like you just keep suffering over and over and over again.
But in my head, I'm like, if this take is 5% better, that means 5% more views on 1 million views, 50,000. It's like that's kind of a fucking needle mover. But then
needle
if you don't enjoy the process and you fucking quit,
you
and
burn
for
out.
6 months you don't put anything.
Right.
You got to play the long game. So it's interesting from the podcast, going back to Ali Abdaal, is Sean tries to dissect this. It's basically like always like, hey, I'm playing my infinite game. I just want to keep doing this forever. But then Sean's like, hey, maybe you're like relatively compared to like a 9-to-5 worker playing a more infinite game. Like it sounds like 10 out of 10 is learning, 10 out of 10 is teaching, but the format that you're teaching is like maybe like a 2 out of 10, a 4 out of 10. It's like it's not maxed out. So if you can figure out that unlock, then it's like truly over. You'll shoot everything forever. That's kind of what I've been trying to do, or I had been trying to do with shorts. Sorry, I really got to adjust to the past tense. 'Cause I think the last time was like
new year, new you. You can get to present tense. That's the beauty.
I can. I know.
You can just switch right over.
2 weeks and it's gonna be
Just a
present.
couple little conjugations.
Did we date this December 14th, 2023? So where was my point?
3 out of
basically
10
like him.
if you solve for that.
Yeah, I think that's kind of like what I was trying to do, where the podcast feels more like my 10 out of 10, or like even I think in a classroom, probably like doing that is probably even closer because you get like real feedback from people and you can kind of see them. I really liked public speaking when I'm good at it. So I think that's an interesting angle of like recording teaching, but then there'd probably be a lot of anxiety just beforehand. Like the actual teaching is fun, but like right before getting on stage is brutal, and like the hours before. So I don't know what the 10 out of 10
My
is,
guess
but
is
it's interesting looking for
My
it.
guess is the podcast is 10 out of 10 because there's no stakes, maybe.
Yeah.
And you got to watch out for the day this podcast is popular and people actually listen to it. I could see you easily burning yourself out with the stakes.
I actually thought about that.
I don't know.
I was like, I kind of like it when they're only, this could be me rationalizing, but I kind of like it when it's like the stakes are 500, 1,000 views. Anytime that gets over that, I'm like, oh, fuck. Now I
yeah,
gotta,
you
like,
start
think
to
about things.
care. I'm trying to think,
don't know
dude.
how that
I'm kind of dird. Like, I don't know. I don't care. I do like what Sean said, though, because I'm giving you a story now. You have your own story. Sean told Ali Abdaal, he was like, I believe what you're saying, but you're telling yourself a story, and we all tell ourselves stories, and it's like just as easy to tell yourself a different story.
Yeah,
You're trapped in this kind of like YouTube format story that you're living. It was actually about something else. It was about his long-term goal just being that people come to his funeral and they're like, basically he only cares what people will say at his funeral. And Sean was like, I think that's just a story you're telling yourself.
Yeah, it sounds too cliche. I don't personally care all that much about that.
Dies
I mean,
tomorrow.
you're dead. It's like, what's wrong with that? I guess it's kind of like indicator of how you've lived, so it's not really what you're chasing. But hold on.
Yep.
Okay, so I don't know if I had anything from like the actual. I think I did. Let me check if I had one more from the actual pod.
It was a good pod.
I liked how.
Hey.
Oh, here we go. I got it. But you said "hey" really loud. So
Well,
if you want,
I have a question because the My First Million schedule's been all crazy, and I used to have a lot of gripes with them going into doing guest podcasts, but now it seems like they're uploading like 3 times a week, and they're doing their kind of normal podcast and like a bonus guest podcast or something, and I don't feel that annoyed anymore that they're like taking an episode of the good format away from me. So that's kind of interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe it's just the 3 a week.
Oh,
or the guests are better.
You don't have to. Hey, you
I've
never
been more
have to
stoked
bite.
about the guests recently. So Ali was like, this I brought up yesterday, just us talking, but the idea like Ali basically right during the pandemic, he started getting into the course business. And it's like, okay, Ali, what kind of course are you going to launch? What he decided on was this thing called Part-Time YouTuber Academy. It was like, hey, I'm going to teach people how to do the thing that I did, which is pretty much like the lamest thing to do. It's like, hey, I became a YouTuber and I don't know how to make money, so I'm just going to like sell this thing and make money that way. It's kind of like the Ponzi scheme mentality, which we're kind of similar to, where it's like, hey, we have this audience, but we don't know what to do with them, so we're just gonna like give them the tool set to build an audience, and then maybe they'll fucking figure out and pyramid.
Yeah, I think about that a lot because I have like gripes. Same thing, like Mr. Beast isn't selling retention courses. I feel like, and maybe this is just a story we tell ourselves, but I'm like, our editors and our oversee editing is like such a component of our success. Like a tool. That's kind of how I rationalize selling it. But then I'm like, would we do that if there were another way? I don't know.
Well, our audience doesn't actually, like, the majority of them, they're not
Right.
looking to hire animators. Like, so it kind of makes no sense. If we were giving like our YouTube videos were, oh, here's breaking down animations and like look how Pixar does it, and it's like, then it'd be perfect because our audience wants that, and it's like ideally our videos are animated too, so it works. But Ollie basically said like, hey, I just taught people how to be YouTubers as a YouTuber. That's really silly. What I should have done is like, what am I known for on YouTube? Oh, productivity. Sold productivity courses or productivity software or actual like keyboards
Doodads,
and
products.
doodads. So we're kind of similar. We're like, okay, I'll use this as like it's a no-brainer. It's kind of what we're expert in is hiring. So like, let's just sell that, and then we can like have enough cash to at least focus on what our audience actually wants. But at least this is something we're expert in. So
Use it as a springboard kind of thing.
Yeah. Wait, I had one more thing on that, but so what I like about that though, and I think we've mentioned this before, but it's like the cool thing when your business is hiring is we're naturally always going to be hiring. We're always going to be getting the cream of the crop editors because that is like what our business is built on. Versus like if we were selling hats with Smart Nonsense or like some, I don't know, course on like, hey, how to learn history in 20 minutes. If we do that, then like that's not tied at all to hiring better animators and just keep leveling up our animation game, which is a real moat in content. So I like that. Maybe it's not the perfect content market fit for our audience or like product market fit for our audience, but it like helps us become so much better on YouTube. So I think that's really cool. Yeah, dude, I saw you check out at the end and I just...
No, that's my contribution. An applause.
Yeah, well, basically what we realized is our team right now, like our new hires are fucking incredible, and like it's clear we're just leveling up, but that's us hiring literally one time in 2023.
Oh,
this is like, imagine if we hired maybe 11 other times for the 11 other months. Like, fuck, who knows what our team could be.
Not 11 more months.
How does this connect to another person I mentioned? Oh, unless you want to stay.
I just have one point on compounding, which Charlie Munger said you're never supposed to interrupt unnecessarily. Rest in peace. There's this interesting thing going on internally where, yes, we just hired a new cohort of animators, and they are a tier above the rest in terms of quality. But there's this kind of beautiful thing going on behind the scenes where the people who maybe aren't as technically good, they've compounded with us every single day for a year. And like the details, the God in the details that they do because of that compounding, because of all the learning we've done together is like just, I mean, it's bonkers.
Details being a bee singing a caterpillar in the butt and looking real dirty.
No, but yes, that. But I mean also like music and like our older, less technical editors, they put out V1s and dones, as in they just nail a V1. They do all of our principles. The music is great. It's mastered perfectly. You got to be careful giving up that compounding. Because I think, especially in this space, people just like rip through editors. I think that's a huge mistake.
Well, that's kind of my qualm with the headhunter model that we're doing, this whatever recruiter thing, is like we match somebody and it's really like what you're seeing at the start is so much different than what it can be a year from now. And like granted, like we try and say like, hey, wow, right out of the gate. So like, okay, we know you're already at you're already high. So like what you'll compound off there is going to be insane. But like really you don't need that. You can really just train someone if you give them the right feedback and just have like simple systems in place. But most people don't know those systems or they don't have them. Like they just have no idea. They're flying blind. And it's their first time ever hiring in a lot of these cases. So it's like they're going to get really shitty results because they just have no taste and no like management skills of creatives. It's like, how the fuck do we give them that? Or do we just go like we take our team that we've trained and like worked on and then just plug them into teams and like that's pretty much controlled for. But if they have bad taste, they're gonna like tell our editors that are highly trained to do shit work. Which is kind of like working on a project right now. I'm seeing firsthand. I'm like, fucking Henry and I are both like, yo, this is the sick thing to do. You should do this. This is like our general recommendation, what you're paying for. And like, okay, but we're gonna do this. It's like, guys, you're not creators. Like, what the fuck are you doing? But hey, their money.
It is one point there. Amazing to me every time when you hire an agency and then don't default to them as the experts. It's just like, why'd you hire the agency? But hey, dude, that's a gripe for another time. My bad. Stay positive.
It's like there are levels, and there's always going to be like the only way you can fully test something is like if we have full control. Like we have almost no control if we just give an editor to somebody. We have a little bit more if we train that editor first with our own stuff and then give them to them. We have complete control if it's like, hey, this is our content, our editors, it's just like all us, and it's just going to be the best content because we actually have good taste and we've like worked on this for 3 years. Fuck, dude, I don't want to get boring with you, dude.
Nope.
You got some more massage stories?
I'll give you.
Patrick
wait,
Campbell.
Hang on. He can be the grand finale.
Okay.
I just want to say there were many podcasts ago where I talked about. I was moving apartments, and you remember I just happened to stumble on this like big Amazon crate, and I was like, "Let me pull lessons from the companies that do all of this R&D and shipping and logistics. Like clearly they know how to move things."
You had one example for that too. You were trying to make it like a theme, like people should like take.
I have more. I have more examples. The number 2.
6 months later.
This is a thread literally from like 6 months ago. But I was in a McDonald's and I was thinking like, once we've made it and we've got some money in the bank, there's a really good chance I'm going to apply for and work at a McDonald's for like 3 or 6 months. Because I'm like dying to get in that kitchen and just see like what are the things that they've spent a lot of R&D on that I could bring to like a home kitchen. That's my thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa. I thought you were going to bring it to like Clipped in our business and like figure out how they do SOPs
employee
and systems.
Employee. W2.
So you want to improve your own home kitchen?
I'm just curious. What is going on in that kitchen? What are the lessons we can draw from the McDonald's kitchen? Nobody knows them.
Yeah, it's kind of sick how you can have like pretty much a bunch of like 14-year-olds and crackheads churning out burgers like crazy.
You seen the ketchup gun? I did a short on that.
Wasn't that the first one to pop off?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I would go out and source a mayo gun. Or here's what you do: you go at work at McDonald's, you learn what's going on in there, then you patent the lid of a mayo jar to have like 6 holes in it, where when you squeeze it, you get the mayo gun squirt. Then you go
that'd be good for our audience. Yeah,
go sell that to Heinz.
Yeah.
So,
no, that's
Heinz, do they do that? They should probably do that.
Yeah, I mean, did you say, I forget, you were just eBay flipping? Did you have a kid job? I was like 7 years working as a busboy in restaurants and like.
Yeah, what'd you learn? Nothing. Nah.
Pretty much anything can happen in the kitchen, and you have no idea what happens to your food. Like the food just comes out, but like, dude, I'd be eating fries off people's plates, or like, I don't know what happens in the kitchen, but like, pretty much whatever you see on the plate, like, I could have farted right on that burger. Often we'd go and like crop dust tables and stuff and like see if they figured it out. And it was my favorite because it's just a bunch of literally 14-year-olds. No, what else did I learn? I don't know. I didn't have like the mindset of I'm going to turn this into a business. So that's cool. You should vlog that. That's what I'm going to add to that. You should do that because you're a YouTuber.
No, dude, never vlogging again. I don't think. Talk about a format you don't really want to have.
Well, you don't have to vlog, but you should like the vlog style. with storytelling would be sick.
Yeah, okay, I'll do that. But like personal lifestyle vlogs,
No, I don't really want to see that.
I'm not even gonna bring it back up
This
because
is you walking the dog and working at McDonald's. I got. Well, do I have more tea stuff?
Oh, come on, give
Um,
us a story for the OGs that made it 25 minutes in. You must. I know a story you have. There was something. Hang on, put your threads away. There was a story you had that Patrick Campbell almost had like his identity stolen, and he made a Twitter thread about it. And you said there was something you couldn't tell us because I don't know what was going on in Pawtucket, Rhode Island, but something didn't sound good.
No, I don't know. I kind of shut this down a while ago. I didn't know if we wanted to talk about it or if I got approval. But
bottled it
just
up.
basically, it's not even like it's not even a goose story really. It's kind of just at the time I was thinking about like telling it and like play by play and like giving it exciting and like here's what we're thinking.
I bet you
I
were
wasn't
gonna
really
try and turn it into a short too.
Oh fuck, probably would have. How do I do this now? Well,
I'm also thinking about the time you were driving with your aunt and she just like she just like yapped a couple curbs with you.
dude. Granted, it was kind of dark, so like I get it, but we just fucking like we were coming around this bend and like I saw this curb coming up, but my aunt clearly didn't see it, and I'm like, she's got to see this curb, right? Like there's a fucking giant curb. We're going like head on because she just didn't do the curb right, and we just smoked it, and it blew up the tire, and then like, we were late to our dinner, and then we fucking just got pedaled home. But that was one of those things where it's like just zero control, and I'm like, well, my life is in your hands. You're about to kill me. I also, dude, on my Instagram lately, I don't know how this started happening, but I've getting more like people getting killed shit.
Oh no, Pop.
It'll just be like a guy jumps off this 100-foot cliff and he just hits rocks at the bottom, and I'm like,
I didn't know like you were allowed to post that stuff on the internet.
I neither. But then I look at the comments and it's like, well, 12th death video I've seen today, and then I see a dude getting mauled by a tiger thrown off this cliff. I was like, dude, where am I on Instagram? Because I'm on there all day and I like adrenaline stuff, but fuck, it's taken a turn in the last 24 hours.
Well, that's like my
story
that's like,
here.
But that's like my Twitter algorithm. Like I liked one like there's this like pouty girl account or something, makes like funny girlfriend boyfriend stuff. I like a couple of those, and now my whole Twitter homepage is just like kinks. I'm like,
hell yeah, dude.
You've seen them. It's like there'll be a sketch of just like no, you can't.
Yeah, no. Keep liking them. See what happens. See where you get. That's like the Breaking Bad. You just go to the dark side. I did, dude, back in the day, because like I'll get really into war stuff every now and again, and like now I'm listening to 13 Hours, the Benghazi thing. I don't know if you watched that movie, but really good audiobook too, Lone Survivor. If you ever watched the movie, cried during that book. Crazy shit. But I'd get really into war, and then like you go on Twitter and you see like actual people dying, and like I remember like live leaks. Like I'd check out like, oh, this is the ISIS beheadings. It's like this is like crazy to watch, and then people are just like literally when they say they're just a bag of potatoes, it's like, hey, when the switch just shuts off, your body just gone.
There he is.
It's not like this is monetized. It's just weird. Like there are weird areas of the internet, and then like you'll fucking dip your toe in every now and again. You're like, wow, that's crazy. I remember Shane Gillis was talking about, he had some sketch about like him and his buddies watching all these like crazy ISIS videos. Fucking nuts, dude. There was like a fucking like shark cage, and they put people in, and they put it in a pool, and like the pool was just above the top of the cage, just like watching people drown. It was fucking weird. My bad. Family friendly. Fucking hell. Dude, sometimes
shut it down.
Oh, that's okay.
Cardaloo!
We never even got to the story.
Oh, fuck. Dude, we're at
Or
30
Patrick
minutes
Campbell.
talking about ISIS.
Yeah.
What happened?
I don't know.